Czy masz odwagę powiedzieć żono, i stałem tam, gdzie stało domo?
Welcome guys, and today we'll talk about preparing to travel. What you need to prepare before, what you need to prepare just before a travel, and what you need to do on the airport to make your trip comfortable, to make it easy going, and to avoid any bad impressions on your trip. First of all, if you want to travel somewhere, you need to prepare documents. Without documents, it will be very hard to do anything. But if you want to travel anywhere, you will need at least 3 documents. First of all, 4 documents. First of all, you will need a passport. You will need a passport, and your passport is issued by authority of the country of your citizenship. In the European Union, it's a little complicated because we don't have one European Union passport at the moment. We have a passport which is issued by a member state of your nationality. So and it doesn't matter where you live permanently. You can live in France, but you are from Sweden, so a Swedish authority will issue you a passport. You can be Italian, but you live in Netherlands, and you will need to contact Italian authorities. And it depends on the country. I'm a Polish citizen. I'm a Polish citizen, but I'm also a European Union citizen. So when I need to get a new passport, I need to contact a Polish embassy in Germany because I live in Germany. So I need to contact Polish embassy in Berlin or a Polish consular office in one of the German cities. Go there, apply for a passport, pay the fee, then wait 2 to 3 months for a new passport and get new one from an embassy. It's very important that European Union biometric passport is valid for 10 years, and after 10 years you need to get a new one. It's very common to make a new one a little earlier, so in 9.5 years you need to apply for a new passport. Passport is the most important. Then you need to check where do you want to travel. In some countries you will need a classic paper visa. You will need to apply for a visa in the embassy of that country where you want to travel. For example, of this country is Russia or mainland China. So if you want to go to some other countries, you will need electronic visa, which is called ESTA, ETA, or something like this. This is a travel authorization, KTA. So if you want to go, for example, to Republic of Korea, if you want to go to Vietnam, if you want to go to US, if you want to go to Canada, if you want to go to Australia or some other countries, you will need electronic visa, electronic authorization for your travel. So that's a separate thing. And if you want to go to some other countries, for a tourist purpose, you don't need visa at all. For example, if you want to go to Japan, if you want to go to Malaysia, if you want to go to Hong Kong, if you want to go to Thailand, you don't need any visa. You can go as a tourist without a visa. And the category number 4 of the countries is countries with freedom of movement, and it means that if you go in a Schengen area, if you go in the European Union from one member state to another, you don't need any authorization, and you can stay how long you want. But you need to check. For example, you want to go to Shanghai, so you need to get a paper visa. But it's different. It depends on the country of a passport. So your nationality makes a difference. For example, if you have a German passport or a French passport, you can go to mainland China visa-free for a tourist purpose. The only problem is that China have different way how to treat the people from other countries. So, for example, for most of the world, Europeans are Europeans, but for China, they have a different for French passport, German, Polish. There's different. So they look on each member state as our independent country. Even if you all have written European Union on our passport, so that's weird. But you just need to check what you need to cross a border. So first is a passport, second and a visa, if you need. Next, your yellow book. Yellow, that's an international proof of vaccination. International proof of vaccination is common yellow book. If you want to go to some countries, you need to be vaccinated for some type of illness. For example, in some African countries, you need to be vaccinated for yellow fever. In some other, you need to be vaccinated for COVID, and you need to prove of that you are vaccinated. Next thing is that you need to pay. You need there, so it's a great idea. So you need to take a card with you, debit card. And from my point of view, it's a good idea to have at least 3 or 4 cards. You need one virtual card, which will be connected with your Google Pay, with a Google Wallet or Apple Pay, so you'll be able to pay using your phone. First thing. Second thing, it's a good idea to have a plastic card. Why? Because if you want to use ATM, you need a plastic card. Many ATMs around the world doesn't support virtual card in a phone with a plastic card. Sometimes there will be a problem with a phone, and you will need to pay by a plastic card. For example, there are shops in Seoul, in Korea, on the Incheon airport. It's a Subway or no, it's Dunkin' Donuts on Seoul Incheon International Airport, and there's written that only you can pay using a physical card in a reader with cheaper PIN. You cannot use a mobile payment by phone. So that's a problem. So you need a plastic card. And I can recommend you take 2 cards. The best idea is to have one MasterCard and one Visa. But if you cannot take one MasterCard and one Visa, take 2 cards. It can be 2 MasterCards, 2 Visa, doesn't matter. 2 international plastic cards. Because if your one card will be stuck in the ATM, you will have a big problem. So you'll be without a plastic card at all. So it's a good idea to have 2 cards. From the same bank, 2 cards to your account, 2 plastic cards. So you have 3. 1 virtual and 2 plastic. Next thing is, it's very important. It's a good idea to have 1 plastic credit card. Even if you don't use credit card at home, or you are from a country where it's not very common to use a credit card in this country, like Germany. For example, in Germany, credit cards are not very popular. But even if you are not allowed to have a credit card, take at least a prepaid credit card, secured credit card. Because if you want to rent a car, or if you will need some money for a speeding ticket or whatever, having a credit card is a good idea. Even if you don't use it, just for emergency purpose, have this card with you. I mean, if you travel abroad EU, to some non-European countries, it's a good idea to have a credit card with you. Next thing, European EHIC or GHIC. So it's European Health Insurance Card or Global Health Insurance Card. This is a card which is issued by your NHS in your European member state, in each European Union member state, or in the UK. You can get EHIC or GHIC card, which proves that you are allowed to public health insurance, and you can be treated by in a public hospital or public GP and any other European member state. And it's a great idea to have this card with you. Why? Many people travel out abroad of the EU, for example to Turkey, with interconnection in other countries. For example, you go from Germany to Paris, and from Paris to Turkey, or from Berlin to Netherlands to Amsterdam, and from Amsterdam to Turkey. This is just an example that we are coming from one airport in the European Union. You have interconnection on other airport in the European Union, and then you go to a non-EU country. If you will have a problem, if you will be late on the interconnection on when you change a flight, you will need EHIC to prove that you have insurance. That's a very important thing. And the great thing, but not necessary, is to have a second phone or a phone which is equipped with dual SIM option. Because if you are going to a country which is not in EU, you will need to buy a prepaid SIM card to have internet. If you have two phones, you can put that card to a second phone. If you have a dual SIM phone, you can put your normal SIM card and that foreign SIM card together in the phone. Why? In most countries, there can be a situation that when you make a first payment in that card using your debit card, sometimes the bank can send you a message, please contact bank because you make a payment, for example, in Korea or Japan. And this is very important, because if you don't call them, don't receive that message, they can block your card. So this is a reason why after you will arrive, after you will take a SIM card, after you will turn your phone on and everything will work, then this is a great idea to buy something cheap for just 5-10 euros, something cheap, just to test your card that everything works correctly. So documents are very important before you travel, because you need to be prepared what you need before. So thanks for watching. This is the first video from a series Prepare for Travel. So remember, first you always start with necessary documents.
Ty co kobiety chciałbyś zniewolić, pozbawić chciałbyś niewolnej woli. Rządzie biskupie, do was to mówię, wstydzi się was dziś kraj. Nie płaczcie siostry,